Hello. This is your girl, Honey Jai, and I have with me a special guest. Hello. Would you like to tell the good audience what's your name?
My name is Isoki. Yes, I said Isoki. That is my name.
Beautiful name.
Thank
Y'all
you.
gotta understand it's beautiful. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about is so, if you didn't know, I have a soft power method. And that's when a woman finds her soft, her feminine side after being in a masculine dominant world, but learning how to be more feminine on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we get soft when it comes with a man. And I want first for you to tell me, how do you feel about the masculinity of yourself, meaning motherhood, doing things by yourself. And then what does it look like for you now, going into a softer era that you're now making a lifestyle?
Okay, well, a little bit about my background. So I grew up in a male dominant family. I was always the one girl around all the boy cousins playing basketball, catch, it didn't matter. And I like being outside. So I was always the one girl cousin playing with all my boy cousins. So I was a tomboy literally up until I got to high school, believe it or not. And even then, I still had my tendencies. Like I would wear jewelry. Like I was just, my mom used to call it a prissy tomboy. So I used to always have that masculine side to me. However, my dad and I didn't have a very affectionate relationship. So everything I learned about a man, I learned through experience. So it wasn't until the relationship I had before I left to go to college, go Grambling, and I found out that he was, well, I didn't find out. I had a feeling that he was cheating on me or something he wasn't telling me.
Right.
So I gave him an opportunity, like, is this something you want to tell me? Are you sure you don't want to tell me? Like, something ain't right. Tell me. And that's when he told me, that it was somebody else or whatever. And I was just like, why didn't you just tell me that in the first place? Especially when I gave you the platform, the opportunity to tell me, and you still didn't tell me. That relationship with him made me build up so many walls and made me feel like, I'm gonna be masculine. I'm gonna protect my heart. I'm gonna go my heart no matter what. I'm gonna treat these niggas how they treat me.
Amen.
So after that relationship, that's how I started being until I met. This all has a story. It's going into my sophomore era. This is where my sophomore era began. I met this guy in college. He was the very first guy that I liked and I took seriously. We had classes together, so that's how we ended up meeting. And I was crazy about him. Like I thought that, you know how they tell you you meet your one in college. I thought that he was my one in college, and honestly, I ruined it because my master. People don't understand that females have masculine egos just as well as female egos. My masculine ego got in the way. I was like, well, I ain't finna be tied down. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I'm finna do me. So how he found out, I was at the store with some other dude, and he called us. He walked in, and he saw both of us together, and he was so pissed. And I acted out nonchalant, like nothing was wrong. Like, why are you talking to me? Like I did him so dirty, and I regret this. I regret it to this day, and I tell him that all the time, and he never forgets, and he still brings that up to this day. And I told him, I said, you know what's funny? I said after that, whatever we had, after I ended it and messed it up, every attempt at a relationship I had after you failed. And I mean, it failed miserably. Whether I had feelings for the guy that didn't return it, or he had feelings for me and I just wasn't into it. So years later, I'm in my 30s, had a child now, have a son. So now I'm analyzing relationships based on the most benefits for my son. So my last relationship, it was very toxic because I wasn't the type of female he was used to. Meaning he wasn't used to females having their own, taking care of themselves, being independent, being dominant, being so hands-on. And it's because I said, and they gotta understand, it's not because I choose to be this way, it's because I have to be this way. Because I'm a single mother now. Like that put all of that stuff in perspective. Because I'm a single mom, and he didn't understand that. And I explained it like, I can tell you're not used to a female like me. Cause I'm not asking you for nothing. I don't beg you for nothing. I'm not gonna ask you for nothing. If you want to contribute, please do. But I'm not gonna ask you for nothing. I said, because at the end of the day, you temporary. Unless you give me a reason to be permanent, okay. You temporary. So I got to, either way it go, I have to figure out how to get it without you.
Let me ask you a question. Was he a good one?
At first, yes, but that's because I didn't. He had I didn't see all his flaws.
We never.
And it was a quick, and I rushed into that relationship. I can't say that. That was a relationship that I rushed into, not knowing everything about him.
So he wasn't the one.
No.
Because I heard you. Boy. I felt like I went to a time machine for real. Mm-hmm. Because I had the same issues. But at least you're catching them now. Because at the beginning of the day, we think about the kids. We think about, oh, no, I'm doing this, third. If you can't meet me here, then it's over. We ain't even got nothing to do.
Right.
But we're not giving them opportunity. We tend to say, oh, no, I got it. But we expect for them to get it. But we already told them, I got it.
Yeah.
So those are those little flaws.
Yes.
Red flags.
And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So back to how I ended up in my soft start area, my shift. So I actually ended up reconnecting with the guy from college. Yes, the one. We ended up reconnecting through social media. I ended up posting something, and we messaged each other, and we have been texting every day since. He still lives in Louisiana, and we just was catching up on how time flew by and how we both made mistakes, and where everything went wrong with us, and we reminisced about everything that happened in college, and we've seen each other since we've reconnected. We've seen each other twice. And I realized he's the reason why I like certain things a certain way when it comes to a man. Because, and again, what's funny is it took my mom to realize it. He called me one day, and my mom heard my conversation, and she said she knew who I was talking to by the way my whole demeanor changed. She said, like, you went from talking on stronger to aggressive to like, hi, how are you? Hey. So that's how my mom knew it was somebody that I really cared for, somebody who made me feel vulnerable, somebody who made me feel like I can rest and chill in my femininity. I don't have to have all my guards up. And to be honest with you, there is no guards with him. Like, I tell him everything. I feel comfortable telling him everything. And we just had a I was just talking to him yesterday, and I said, man, I feel like I'm like 16 years old again in high school, on the phone with your high school crush all night, just all happy and giddy and stuff. And I was just like, he just started laughing, but like, I'm serious. Like, with him, I can be vulnerable, but yeah, despite we're 200 miles apart, but I mean, hey, we're both parents, we both working, we got to get it done either way. But for me, it's his actions. Even despite the distance and despite the fact that we both working, with him, it's important. He works 12-hour shifts and he works weekends. So he still makes the time. He still manages the time. How are you? How's your day? And he knows me well enough to know. And
something yes, you used to.
Yeah, what?
Someone just actually taking the time out and say, hey, babe, just checking on you. I know I just got off work, but I want to make sure you're having a good day.
Yes and no. The reason being is because I'm very analytical, and I would purposely tell you I feel some type of way just to get your reaction. So it's been multiple times where I'm telling a guy, oh, I'm okay. Oh, okay, well, I'm doing this such and such and such and such. But with him, why just okay? What's wrong? What's going on?
You're right.
You okay? Like, he can sense when I'm not myself. And it's every time I respond with, I'm okay. He always asks, well, why just okay? Why you not? Why good today? What's wrong? What's going on? He can sense that. That's what I crave from him. I need him to pay attention to me, not just me physically, but mentally, emotionally, even spiritually.
So do you believe that the distance is creating that? It's creating that, okay, I don't have to see you every day, but you are stimulating me here. You're
Yes.
stimulating me here.
Yes.
And so you're building your softness based on what you want. That's coming from an individual that's giving you what you want without you even telling him.
Right.
So the question now is, can you maintain the consistency of staying soft, knowing that he's yours, but for you? For you. Because you're already being soft. I mean, I've seen the change. I've seen that to the, how, that's good, how's everything going? I get it. But I'm asking this because we always have to be an individual before we make that connection. And I believe this connection coming, but we don't. The one thing is that's the one thing I work on for me is I don't want it to be. I want it to be consistent and not be based on someone.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for letting me get here, but now I got to figure out how to stay here just in case. Not in case we break up, not in case, just in case I have to figure out who I am on my own, because we tend to take ourselves and do this, and then we can't figure out who we are later. And so I say this, is can you keep the consistency of you being soft? Because I mean, I can tell you, I've seen this. And now I see this. And I'm like, okay. I could tell when the phone rang for, okay, this means my exit. Because it's a different version.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful version. So I say that to say, can you keep that consistent for you?
I'm working on that. Reason being because I'm raising a son. I'm raising a male, and I have to find that balance of my masculinity and my femininity, because raising a son with a single mom, being a single mom. Now, don't get me wrong, his dad is in his life, but day-to-day things, I have to learn how to lower my femininity, but raise my masculinity, not to a point to where I'm taking the place of his dad, but to the point to where I can't. He has to learn a certain way.
Right.
So, like, when it comes to discipline, I can't discipline him. Sometimes I can't discipline him like I'm his mother. Sometimes I have to discipline him like I'm his father. And then when something happens or consequences happen, I can't, oh, my baby, I can't console him like that because he is a man. So, at the end of the day, I'm in my thought process, I'm slowly learning how to raise a male. In this day and age, that is very difficult.
It is.
Especially a black male. It is very, very difficult. And my son being very intellectual and very in tuned and very in depth, for him to be 6, I find myself trying to find a balance. Yes, it does help with me because I finally have a place where I can just be vulnerable. I can just be me. I'm not mom at home. I'm not Miss Brown at work. I'm just me, you know? So that does help a lot because I feel like that takes a lot off me mentally and emotionally on the back end, the way I can pour more into my son because I can't pour from an empty cup. I cannot pour from an empty cup. So that has helped a lot tremendously. I'm excited to see where this is going. I'm
excited
for
you. But I do have one more question before we leave. Has there ever been, because I talked about it earlier today, and it was really crazy because I've sat down before and I've been like, someone asks you, hey, how are you doing? You good? I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I don't know what, because I'm definitely not okay. I'm not okay spiritually, mentally, don't know why. I'm just not. And just be sitting there with this whole look, but then someone say, are you good? I'm good. And in the back of my head, no.
Yes.
So, ever felt like that? And have you ever just felt like, okay, I'm gonna isolate myself, but you don't got nowhere to go because you got the baby here, and then you got responsibilities to your left. So I was saying that I've sat in my car and listened to some music, the same song, probably 3 or 4 times, and just broke me out crying. I don't know what happened, but sometimes I've been trying to figure out, is it just me, or do other? Because that's a crazy look from someone outside, especially if it's your brother or your mate walking up, like, in the car. What? Man, come on, don't start that.
I've been there. I've been there. I swear I probably have one of those moments at least once a week, whether it's work related or personal related. But for me, I'm not big on talking about my emotions. Like, it takes a lot for me to talk about my emotions, and usually when I do, that's when I'm like at the breaking point, when I'm about to go off. So for me, my thing is I isolate myself. Whether I'm driving in the car, and it has to be completely silent. I don't turn on the radio. I don't listen to music. It's completely silent, and I'm just left with my thoughts. Or I isolate myself somewhere, and I put my headphones in, and I'm listening to music. But it's not. It's not trap music. It's just music. Something. It's something to mellow me out. So usually it's some soft R&B or some Nina Simone. Sometimes I love Nina Simone, or it can be gospel, depending on the situation. So, like, for me, I had to learn what works. And for me to be having experience working in behavioral health, I use my methods. The methods I use on my patients, I use on myself, because I always ask my question: how can I pour into others and help others when I can't even help myself? So I had to learn how to work on myself at the same time and help and healing other people. Still working on it, but I am a lot better. I'm a lot better. Until certain times of the year, when loved ones' birthdays come around, or death anniversaries or something like that. But that's a given. But other than those times, I'm working on it, and it's gotten better.
That's good. So yeah, I was talking about that today. It was like not being okay, but I keep saying I'm okay. I know you done see me coming here. You're like, you good?
Yeah.
I'm okay. And then you be like, yeah, no, you're not okay. I'm doing the best that I can with what I got for right now. And that's the crazy thing, that I know a lot of women go through that. So I want to say first, thank you. I appreciate you being who you are and allowing us to get the opportunity to get to meet you. Hopefully that there'll be a next time that we have a conversation, that it'll be more about the empowerment of us. Because I'm not talking about tires, sorry. But anyway, because we're different beings. But I do want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for allowing me to tape you. And also thank you for allowing my audience, our special guests, to be able to get to know different pieces of what a different version of a woman, and not just me. So I appreciate you being here.
And I apologize. I'm probably like facing talking to y'all, because I feel like y'all need to hear this more than she does.
Real.
And she already knows the majority of it anyway. So,
but I truly appreciate you for allowing this opportunity, and like I said, hopefully that there's another opportunity that we get a chance to have this same conversation, but in a deeper aspect, because I always try to make sure that we get deep, and sometimes it's deep, about to put tears in our eyes, but it is what it is. So I appreciate it again, and guys, remember again, her name is Isoki. Okay, and honey, I love you so much. Guys, do what we do best. Have a conversation with your friend. Have a conversation, just period. And if you do not, guess what we can do? Let's just see.